I don't want to hear the sudden death of my son, and gave the water and even said, add your own prayer, take this water. If I'm your father, you will not die, a sudden death, a premature death. Wunmi did not allow Mohbad to take that water. Wunmi convinced Mohbad, saying Babati Wegbiawo, that Mohbad father is now in a occultic group, that the reason why Baba brought that water is to drag you to join occultic group. Because Wunmi knows if that water should be taken, Mohbad's eye will be cleared. Now, at the end of the day, the work that the water was supposed to do, the water could not do the work again, making Mohbad to be alone in the struggle. Is it not enough to say Wunmi kill Mohbad? So how do you tell those people who say Wunmi kill Mohbad, how do you tell them they are lying? Oh, you now want us to say it is not Wunmi, it is Naira Marley, it is Sam Larry, it is Prime Boy, it is Spending. Wọ́n gbọ́ kó èèyàn, wọ́n ní tí ò ní jẹ́ kó kú rè, ó ní rárá kó má fún. Ó ti pa fúnra rẹ̀ now. You've been used indirectly. You have accepted the death to come indirectly. God forbid, I pray inside the water, I give my son, I gave birth to you, by God's grace, nothing will happen to you. Water, not concussion, not juju. One woman now say, hello, Irioluwa, I know where so is your daddy. I don't want you to take that water if you love me. As a matter of fact, your daddy is in occultic, that water, don't take it to. Tí n bá gbọ́ ọmọbìnrin yẹn dáràn, ó ti lọ, sọ pé ó ti lọ. Máa tá tán, tọ́mọ ń bá ṣe wèé yín nà bí. Tó bá lọ rò pé bóyá àgbà ti ń dé, òun ṣì yọ̀ǹgì, òun ti lọ gym, máa ṣòkan lòun, òun náà ti tọ́lù tó bàbẹ̀. Ń gbá ń blò, ń fún kùkù, ń nà bí ilé dààmú, ń ta àwọn èèyàn, ẹ mọ́ bá nà, ẹ bá ń dé, ọ bá bí ọrẹ, ọ bá gbọ́ rí nínú ìwé tán, pé ọmọ máa ń nà bàbá rẹ̀, ṣíwọ̀ rí òkè nà, ń nà bí. Bàbá Mohbad, bàbá dáadáa ni yóò bọ̀, ṣe eré àyẹn dáadáa. Area and that area, Baba, you no do am well. You no do am well, Baba. That area, ọmọ mi náà kú mọ́. Sọmọ tó yẹ pé àti age of 6 kan nìyẹn ti ń ṣe láti 6 months nìyẹn ti sọ pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe fọ́mọ yìí lápá ọba lọ ka máa kọ lóró máa fún ní hard training máa ṣe hard training. If my son forget to ẹ lè rò pé mo tutù ọmọ mi ò tutù nǹkan tó ń gbénú ẹ̀ ju ti bàbá ẹ̀ lọ. N bá tutù kò ń ṣe bí tolóbìnrin dé. If it is a lie, date me and know the type of person I am. Torí ẹ̀ ní ṣe níyàwó ìníyàwó TikTok bàbá ti fẹ́ra wa ọ̀sẹ̀ kan ni a máa jà ní àmọ̀ romantic ìmọ̀ bọ́ ṣe ń ṣe.
Social media generally, ẹ̀yin lẹ dúró tí ẹ bí Mohbad tí wọ́n fi wó òkú ẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin náà ò ní kú dànù nífọ̀n náà kan sùn. Wọn à ní sunkún burúkú lórí yìí. Ní agbára Ọlọ́run, bí a ṣe jókòó ti bàbá Mohbad lórí ikú Mohbad, wọn à ní jókòó ti àwọn òbí yín bẹ́ẹ̀. Agbára Ọlọ́run, ẹ ṣé, ẹ kú gbìyànjú, ẹ kúṣẹ́. Èmi náà ní kémi náà ṣe díẹ̀ ní o, kémi náà kún yín lọ́wọ́. Torí ẹ fi ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun ní ìdápẹ́ ni.
Ikú ọmọ mi, àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tí wọ́n ń jà fún justice ní dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn gan, gbogbo àwọn pírísẹ́ńtà lóríṣiríṣi mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ mo gbàdúrà fún mi pé ayọ̀ ló máa fi gbà á. Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìbéèrè tí ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ mi, ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ó gùn ju bí ẹ̀yin ṣe béèrè lọ. Mohbad tó jẹ́ ọmọ tí ó ní sùúrù tí ò lè kí ń jáfáfá ẹni tó bá ti fi lè kí ń yorí lẹ́nu kì í ṣàìsàn. Ìgbé ayé tá à ń gbé ní àkókò yẹn ó le. Ẹjọ́ mọ̀ pé tíyàn bá wà ní ọgbà ẹ̀wọ̀n àkúnmọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n ti tì mọ́lé but a sí nínú ọgbà ẹ̀wọ̀n ó dàbí ẹni tó wà nínú ọgbà ẹ̀wọ̀n torí kò sí àtijẹ àti mú fún èmi àti ẹ̀mí bá káàkiri. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n bẹ̀rẹ̀ nígbà tí a dé Ìkòròdú ta ní changes of environment tí ò sí ẹnìkan. Ó jẹ́ ọmọ tí ó ní akíkanjú tí ebi bá ti dé ẹ̀mí lójú gẹ́gẹ́ bí bàbá torí kò ṣe tó dáa kí bàbá sọ pé ebi ń pa ń ọmọ ní màmá retí pé kó sọ pé ebi ń pa ń dáàdì kí ni wá dá lóhùn. Àwọn ajé á ti rí pé ebi ń pa ń kò ní béèrè ó mọ̀ pé kò sí lọ́wọ́ bàbá òun. Àwọn adídájì a ṣe ní àwọn kí ilé ẹjẹ́ ká kan àpótí káwá kan kóró tó pọ̀ nínú ọgbọ́n òye lẹ́yìn. A ní àpótí ẹyọ kan kóró 10 olóyè tó jẹ́ nínú máa pa 1005 wálé. Ó lè ṣe sọ yẹn láàrin wákàtí kan á gbé lọ tó bá yà sí ọwọ́ right lẹ́nu á padà yà sọ́wọ́ left wọ́wà láti pé kó gádà owó. Onígbà tí mo wá tó dájú pé àpótí tí a kàn lẹ́ẹ̀kan òun lè méjì. So ó le gan ó jẹ́ pé ní àkókò kan tó ń lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ lẹ́nu kan tó wà ní agric láti lọ máa ṣe german èmi àti Mohbad náà ni tó bá tẹ bá sùn sílé kò sí ìdá máa jẹ sọ̀rọ̀ kò sí ìdá lè jẹ tẹ bá sùn sílé. Tọ́lọ́ wá lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn a tún kan àpótí bá a ṣe ń kàn àwa tún gbé bó lè ṣe ń ta àpótí yẹn òun ló ní ọgbọ́n tó fi ń tà tó ń wọ̀n lè béèrè bàbá alápótí ọmọ alápótí náà máa pọ̀. So tó bá ti wá kan kóló 10 àpótí kan a wá fi owó àpótí a jẹ́ kó ga sókè ó lè pe àpótí ní 500 ó pe kóló ní 100 naira. So táwọn èèyàn bá wá ní ọ ní 400 lánàá ìgbà àmìṣẹ̀kùn ta kóló yẹn tán tó bá wá ta kóló tó pa 1000 wọ́n lè sọ fún ìfẹ́ padà láti sọ fún àwọn tí wọ́n price kìíní yẹn ní 400 lẹ́ẹ̀kan wọ́n lè wá sọ di 300 mọ́ lọ́wọ́. Irú ìgbà ayé tá à ń gbé nìyẹn. Mo fi àwọn èso pé láti agric abẹ́sẹ̀ ilé ìtàmàgà tó ẹ̀mẹ́ta bóyá gbàgbé ìdábàá ní kóló yẹn ta. Ọjọ́ kan wá wà òjò wá pa wá ní ìwọ̀n tí kò tó wà wọ́n á dìímú. Àwa ń bọ̀ lé akúrò níṣẹ́ láago 5 ìrọ̀lẹ́ aago 11 ààbọ̀ ta tó dé níbi tí à ń gbé ní òkè létí. So ìgbẹ́ tá à ń gbé máa yẹn ó le tó jẹ́ pé èmi àti ẹ̀yin mo fẹ́ sọ pé èmi àti ẹ̀yin à ń ṣiṣẹ́ kí gbogbo ilé máa fi jẹun. Ní tó bá ti suggest ok báyìí ní ká ṣe adídájì tó ń bá wọ school tó ń bá máa di aago 2 wọ́n á jọ ẹ̀yìn ibi iṣẹ́ tẹ́ bá ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ yìí so that iṣẹ́ yẹn á lè yá. Ó lè ṣúọ̀ ẹjẹ́ nípa aago 2 yẹn ò nínú á ti dé alẹ́ jọ ẹ̀yìn á lè ṣiṣẹ́ dáadáa tó kó nínú àwọn ìpín tí mi tó bá wà lọ́dọ̀ mi látàárọ̀ gan kò ní ṣe jù yẹn lọ. Ṣùgbọ́n ayé yẹn le gan ó le gan ló dé àkókò kan àwa jáde àkọ̀wọlé oúnjẹ tó wà nílẹ̀ ó lójú ọbẹ̀ tí máa ń jẹ onídàájì ebi ń pa ń èyí máa láìkó sọ pé ebi ń pa ẹ́ ètò òrìbọ lẹ́nu mi sọ̀rọ̀ pé mi náà ń pè mí náà ok kí ló rí tó fẹ́ jẹ ó wá gbé ráìsì tó wà ní pé ráìsì wà ní ó pé lọ́sẹ̀ ní ìlẹ̀ jẹ́ irú ọbẹ̀ tí ó wà pé ó máa mánéjì ọbẹ̀ yẹn ní ọmọ yẹn ń jẹ oúnjẹ stepmother tó fi ọbẹ̀ lẹ̀ ó kọ̀ ní dédé bá pé táwọn ní kò jẹ ọbẹ̀ yìí ọbẹ̀ tó ń rí nílé lòun kò ń jẹ ẹjọ́ ẹ̀yìn ìjábẹ̀ rẹ̀ láti gbogbo yá ó fẹ́ wọ skul àbí kò wọ skul. So ìgbé ayé tá à ń gbé ó le gan. Èmi kọ́kọ́ rò pé bóyá changing of environment ló cause it ní àkókò yẹn títí bá ṣe bá yín títí bí ọdún 5 sí àkókò yẹn kò sí nǹkan kan ilé tá à ń gbé lọ yàrá kan ní àdèmọ́ ń bẹ̀ àdèmọ́ ìgbé ayé wa ní àkókò yẹn ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí ó ṣe ń dàgbà mo fẹ́ lè sọ fún ọ̀gá kan lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀gbẹ́ rẹ̀ sùkúl.
ṣóò náà tún dẹ́gbọ́n ni.
ẹ̀gbọ́n ó ní ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ náà lọ sí administration lọ sí polytechnic ẹ̀sà òkè pẹ̀lú ọgbọ́n wọn. ó náà fẹ́ gbẹ́ wà nílé
ẹ̀gbọ́n mélòó ló ní.
ẹ̀gbọ́n kan náà ní.
ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn kọ́ báyìí.
ẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn wà.
ẹ̀gbọ́n tẹ̀gbọ́n yẹn ààrí rárá ní.
ó ti lọ ilé ọkọ lẹ́nu ó ti wà ní under control ọkọ nígbà ọkọ ẹ̀mí fún láì.
kò yọjú rárá ìbá àti first time tí wọ́n ń kọ́ gbọ́dẹ̀gbọ́n ni.
ó yọjú ṣẹ̀gbọ́n. ó ti wà nínú ìṣàkóso ẹnìkan ẹ̀jẹ̀ kébì blame ẹ̀. lórí
àwọn àbúrò ẹ̀ kọ́ ní táìmù.
àwọn àbúrò ẹ̀ ní táìmù náà àjọwà náà ni so òun náà ni ó máa assist mi láti pé kí ilé lè jẹun ní àkókò yìí.
àwọn èèyàn bá sọ pé ẹ lọ nítorí stepmom rẹ ṣe lé mọ́mí ẹ̀ kúrò lé ní ọ̀jẹ̀ mọ́mí ò yọjú mọ́ ẹnẹ̀ ní mọ́mí ẹ̀ ò gbọ́dọ̀ yọjú sí láéláé ẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ ní wọ́n nu ilé yẹn. ló fi sọ pé 10 years àní sí mọ́mí.
wọn ìlọ́wọ́ pátá gbà ní kò wáyé kí ọkùnrin sọ pé ìyá máa yọjú sọmọ ẹ̀ ilé ìwé tó lọ kọ́ ṣé kò yẹ kí ìyá yọjú síbẹ̀ ọ̀gá ìgbọ̀n sọ pé léèrè tó bá ìlú kò yọjú sílé ìwé tó lọ sí tó fi jáde.
ní èjì mò ń bá àdúgbà tí mọ́mí ẹ̀ kúrò.
That was 7 years.
7 years.
Àbúrò ẹ̀ 2.5 years.
Àbúrò ẹ̀ 2.5 years. Ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀ 10 years. Ààrẹ ni Mohbad wà. Ó dẹ́gbẹ́.
Rí èmi náà olórin yẹn ní. Èmi máa ń wo àwọn olórin kan, wọ́n á kọrin olórin. At the end, wọ́n lè lówó, ètò wọn ò ní níyì. Tí ẹ̀kọ́ bá kọrin ó lè kọ jùjú wọ́n ṣe Sàní Adé wá síbẹ̀rẹ̀ ni bẹ́ẹ̀ Sàní òwò àwọn tó ń kọrin ẹ̀ ló wá wọ́n máa pè é ẹ̀kọ́ tí èmi ti kọ́ rèé.
Ó kí n ṣe fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀hún yẹn ó fẹ́ sọ nípa statement tó sọ yẹn pé òun ò rí mọ́mí òun 10 years.
Ok ṣé n tó sọ nípa àbẹ̀yẹn ni pé òótọ́ ni bẹ̀kẹ́ 10 years ni
ó ṣe 10 years.
ó ṣe 10 years.
Ṣé kò rí wọn káwọn gbé pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ ní àbí ò rí wọn rárá?
Kò rí wọn rárá.
As in ìyá òwò mi for 15 years. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ rò pé tí mọ́mí ẹ̀ bá sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ní ìlú sọ pé ìtọ́lẹ̀ sọ.
Gbogbo ẹ̀ ló mọ̀ nínú ẹbí wa. Ilé mo tún máa ń gbé ọmọ kù ọmọ ọdún méje wà tún gbé kan.
Fi ọmọ àbúrò Mohbad yẹn.
Mohbad kankan.
Mohbad yẹn ti gbé kan. Gbogbo ẹ̀ wá dán ọmọ ọdún ẹ̀gbọ́n mi.
Ọmọ lè gbé kan máa ṣe pé mo ń ṣeré náà. Tó jẹ́ ọmọ kan tó ní sùúrù.
Ìjẹ́bọ̀ kí ló wá fà á? Ó ní bí ìjẹ́ bí lónìí lọ́lẹ́ ìgbà tó fi wọ skul.
Lónìí mo fẹ́ gbà ara tí stepmother fi kúrò bàbá táwọn yìí. Jọ wọ́n fẹ́ wọlé ìwé wọn ni wọ́n ń lówó nápó. Wọ́n dẹ̀ gba 30,000. Bá dẹ̀ lè mẹ́ta gbà bá kó fún àwọn àfẹ́sì penalty yìí. Wọ́n sọ pé mi ò jẹ́ gbèsè omi ò jẹ́ gbèsè omi ò jẹ́ gbèsè omi. Àwọn wọn fẹ́ lọ bá òrùlé lè kó fún ọ̀hún kó fọ́ òrùlé. So wọ́n lọ bá pastor friend mi kó ṣàlàyé fún ìyàwó máyì. Ó gba àkáǹtì ẹ̀. Ó lu ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ níjẹ́ bùkún fún àkáǹtì míì. Ó tún wá ẹlòmíì ó gba mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ó kò lè mi lọ.
Lórí wọ skul. Ṣé stepmother sì wà nígbà tí mo bá dùn?
Ṣé stepmother sí lọ́dọ̀ mi? Lórí iṣu pé ó fẹ́ wọlé ìwé mo ń dà báńkì fẹ́ sí tí bá rẹ́ dún ràn mí lọ́wọ́ ní òkè fẹ́ fi fi ṣubú ilẹ̀ fẹ́ kó láàlá sí kankan because ó jẹ́ ọmọ tó jáfáfá.
Ọ̀dọ̀ dámì pé ẹ̀yin ẹ̀rẹ̀ wà nígbà tí àti mo bá dùn kò sórí àwọn ọ̀dọ̀.
Náà ìyàwó àlọ́dọ̀ mi ọ̀fẹ́ ibi tí kọ̀ọ̀ṣọ́ ti wá ní ẹgbẹ́ stepman apá ní ẹ̀. Dádì fẹ́ fún 150 inú ẹ̀yìn ní ó ṣàlàyé owó ìfúnmi dáadáa. Dádì orin tó ń kọ lọ́dà pé mi trust ẹ̀ but ọmọ tó yẹ kó kó bàtà mi tó wà lọ kó bàtà wá ó yẹ kí kọ́kọ́ súnra gbé ṣàlàyé owó ìfúnmi. kí n tó dé ìjọ yẹn nígbà tí mo jẹ́ ti wọ́n yìí wọ́n gbé tẹlifíṣàn ó lọ gbé síbi tí àti wo tẹlifíṣàn.
ó ra tẹlifíṣàn ní síbẹ̀.
ó ra tẹlifíṣàn ní síbẹ̀ ó gbé àpótí tá à ń lò ó gbé kúrò. wọ́n á wọlé ṣé màá nínú ìlú tẹlifíṣàn yìí. nígbà tí wọ́n ní kẹ́ gba owó ìlọrin tí jẹ́ kí wọ́n ra tẹlifíṣàn yìí ní ìlú èyí 150.
ó sì yàtọ̀ sápò sí tẹlifíṣàn.
ó yàtọ̀ sápò tí mo gbé sílẹ̀ wọ́n mọ ìwá orí tó ń fẹ́ máa kọ yìí ó dẹ̀ ní àwọn kan tó yẹ kó o ṣe ó ní kí ni dáàdì ìdààmú 100,000 wọ́n ẹ̀ wá máa lọ ra keyboard a lọ gbé lọ sí church táwọn ti ń gbóhùn keyboard wọ́n dẹ̀ máa gbóhùn ẹ̀ o níṣẹ́ mo ṣe fẹ́ nìyẹn ní ká ṣe nìyẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ fún mi ní 100,000 ìlú ra keyboard gbogbo oníṣẹ́
ọ̀kẹ́ wọn padà fa distance
yẹn kò yé mi nígbà tí bá lọ́dọ̀ ọmọ mi pé báyìí lọ́ ṣe ń ṣeré ayé o agbọ́pọ̀ tí lọ ra mọ́tò tó lọ bí 25 million owó ẹ̀yìn wá ní owó bí dáa ti ń bọ̀ ní ṣé ó tó yẹ kó ṣe lè bá mu lọ sínú mọ́tò yẹn ilẹ̀ sí ń bá wí tó dáàdì kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ báwo ṣe kí peter ti sàn pa bóyá èyí ti nílẹ̀ àbóhùn nílẹ̀ ó kọ̀ wájọ mo fẹ́ pé tí bá bá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn á. ọ̀pọ̀ tí mo gbìyànjú gẹ́gẹ́ bí oore ọ̀fẹ́ tọ́lọ́ fún mi mo sọ̀rọ̀ kan débi kan sà ibi fọ́mọ̀ mi èmi mo bí mo lè gbìyànjú gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìránṣẹ́ ọlọ́run ó ṣe omi kan omi yìí o mo ń gbé lọ fún ọmọ mi o lò ó ní ojú mi sáàmù tó máa kà sí rèé ọyá lọ́wọ́ ó dẹ̀ wẹ omi lójú mi wọ́n sọ fún nínú ọdún tá a wà yìí o mo ní kò sí olórí nǹkan tó máa tó ẹ onígbà dí ẹ títí dé búrẹ́ẹ̀nì oníkan tẹ̀mí ọlọ́run sọ fún mi gba omi kó máa lò torí mi ò súnlé every Tuesday torí ọmọ yìí torí mo ti rí àwọn ìṣesí ẹ pé kò fi bẹ́ẹ̀ kò kó nǹkan jọ wọ́n gba ohun tó ní lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ó wá fún mi ní máa wẹ̀ ó lè gbẹ́ lójú mi ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí mo kúrò ń bẹ̀ òṣèlú ọ̀tọ̀ pè mí ó ní àwọn méje mo ṣe wọ́n dẹ̀ gbé òkè omi yẹn wọ́n bá gbé sílẹ̀ mo lọ sílé ibò mí.
èyí lè sa gbogbo sílẹ̀ ò lè ṣe torí ọmọ èyí lè sa owó torí ọmọ.
mo tún lọ gbé omi wọn lọ gbé òkè omi yẹn ṣùgbọ́n orúkọ bá ti pè mí lójú ẹ̀ tó bá ti wá rí mi àwọn ẹni mi nídìí gbé bàbá mi sọ́mọ yóò mọ̀ mí tẹ́lẹ̀ mi. èmi máa tún mú ohun gbogbo wọn pé pẹ̀lú èjì mi ara ẹni tí ò tí ì jẹun mi rárá. tí ọ̀bọ̀ wá fún mi mi ò jẹ́ kó bọ́ọ̀lù rẹ̀ lẹ́mú ṣàwọn nígbàgbọ́ pé ara tù á tó bọ́ ó kù díẹ̀ kó bọ́.
ṣùgbọ́n àmọ̀ pé nígbà tó tásìkò kan ń fojú àwọn ìṣòro kan tó lágbára.
ó jí ọmọ kan tó jẹ́ pé ọmọdé ni a tún máa sọ fábàlà rẹ̀ pé dájì méje kórúkọ bàjẹ́. àwọn ènìyàn máa ń dẹ́rù bà mí nígbà tí bá lọ́dọ̀ ọmọ mi pé dájì méje kórúkọ bàjẹ́ o kí ló mí nǹkan báyìí ṣe ẹ́ ó jẹ́ kí n ṣe nǹkan báyìí ó jẹ́ kí n ṣe nǹkan báyìí ní àdádì ẹ má jẹ́ kórúkọ bàjẹ́ ó nígbà tí ẹ bá sọ pé ẹ gbé mi sí social media lọ́pọ̀ àwọn ọmọ yóò ti ẹ̀ka pébù láàrin àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ ojú tì mí ó dà tí ò bá wá ní ìta èkó nílé bá mi ní ìkòrò kí ẹgbẹ́ tòun náà ló ń kíra ẹnu wọ́n bá wà ní kòròdú àwọn alágbára tó sọ pé wọ́n ń gúnlẹ̀ kí n tó ṣe kìíní yìí tí ọba ìkòrò bá wá pé ọba
You said you adopted her and you adopted sisters. You will come for me. Come for me.
Next time, say
Before
the
you
truth.
come for me, and when you do
Of course, of course.
No, come on, buy me some.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, they defend you.
Yeah,
You
it's
should
your
only never
fault.
defend any. Ẹ̀yin lẹ mọ̀ lọ́sọ̀ ju Kàrímọ́ lọ. Ẹ tí ẹ fẹ́ gbóhùn Kàrímọ́ rárá. Anything tí Kàrímọ́ bá sọ máa nílẹ̀. Behind the closed door, ẹ ti gbàlejò, ẹ ti bọ̀nà jẹ́. Ṣé justice for Mohbad lẹ́ ń ṣe yẹn ni? Tẹ́ ń forí èèyàn kan gbéyàn kan. èmi ò bẹ̀ anybody, mi ò bẹ̀ àbúrò kankan kó rí mi bí ẹ̀gbọ́n. At this point, kí àbúrò dirẹ̀ mú kẹ́gbọ́n náà dirẹ̀ mú. But I will not keep quiet. Baba supporter can drag me. Anybody can drag me. But Wunmi supporter, you want to drag me? Go. Any water. Gbogbo yín tẹ̀ ń ṣe update mo ẹ pọ̀ mi ò lè máa type mo ṣe live fún yín. Tí Wunmi bá ní ìfẹ́ rẹ̀ kó pe gbogbo yín kó tètè ya wọ́n ọ̀nù yín. If you come for me tomorrow, I will come for you again. Say whatever you want to say. Kí ló dé? Mo sọ̀rọ̀, ẹni mi sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa, mo dẹ̀ ti gbé ilẹ̀ mo ti ń wò yín. Ẹ wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń ṣe update, ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ń drag mi. Ẹ ṣe ń drag mi lórí platform iṣẹ́ ìyá wèrè ni. Kí ló kàn mí pẹ̀lú tiyín? You had better leave my name off your mouth. Do whatever you want to do with me. Leave my name off your mouth. I have posted it and back to my normal life. This is not me. I was forced to be.
Who hear that? Who hear that? Ta ló gbọ́ nǹkan tí Karimo sọ ń sìn? Ta ló gbọ́ nǹkan tí Karimo sọ ń sìn? I was forced. Let's go back again. If you're in the comment section, if you're listening to that part, let's go back again. Let's go back again. Ha ha ha.
Do whatever you want to do with me. Leave my name off your mouth. I have posted it and back to my normal life. This is not me. I was forced to do all those things that I'm doing. It is not.
This is not me. I was forced to do all those things I was doing. Ah, okay. This is not me. I was forced. Let's go again. Let's replay it. Let's hear it again. Let's ask questions. Karimo, who was forcing you? They don't force anybody to tell the truth. If you're on the truth, nobody's going to force you. That means there's don't let me go. Allow my panelists, my commenters to be doing justice for this statement by Karimo. This is not me. Èmi kọ́ leléyìí. I was forced. Kí ni Yorùbá force yẹn no? Kí ni Yorùbá force yẹn? I was forced to do all this thing I was doing. That was Karimo's statement. I was forced. What was Yorùbá force now? Wọ́n fagbára mú mi láti ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tí mi ń ṣe. Let's listen to her again.
Tí Wunmi bá ní ìfẹ́ rẹ̀ kó pe gbogbo yín kó tètè ya wọ́n ọ̀nù yín. If you come for me tomorrow, I will come for you again. Say whatever you want to say. Kí ló dé? Mo sọ̀rọ̀, ẹni mi sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa, mo dẹ̀ ti gbé ilẹ̀ mo ti ń wò yín. Ẹ wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń ṣe update, ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ń drag mi. Ẹ ṣe ń drag mi lórí platform iṣẹ́ ìyá wèrè ni. Kí ló kàn mí pẹ̀lú tiyín? You had better leave my name off your mouth. Do whatever you want to do with me. Leave my name off your mouth. I have posted it and back to my normal life. This is not me. I was forced to do all those things that I'm doing. It is not.
I was forced to do all those things I was doing. Wọ́n fi tipátipá mú mi. Anytime is like you're a Yoruba person. Wọ́n fi tipátipá mú mi láti ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tí mò ń ṣe yìí. Let me read comment section first. Sherry Kemi. Wọ́n kàn nípa fún mi láti ṣe nǹkan. If I don't read that well, I bet. Just let me say no. Wọ́n kàn nípa fún láti ṣe nǹkan tí ó ń ṣe. Was she forced under duress? Let's go back again, please. Let's understand that.
You want to drag me? Go. wò tán. Gbogbo yín tẹ̀ ń ṣe update mo ẹ pọ̀ mi ò lè máa type mo ní live fún yín. Túmọ̀ mi bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀ kó pe gbogbo yín kó tètè ya wọ́n ọ̀nù yín. If you come for me tomorrow, I will come for you again. Say whatever you want to say. Kí ló dé? Mo sọ̀rọ̀, ẹni mi sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa. Mo dẹ̀ ti gbé ilẹ̀ mo ti ń wò yín. Ẹ wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe update, ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ń drag mi. Ẹ ṣe ń drag mi lórí platform iṣẹ́ ìyá wèrè ni. Kí ló kàn mí pẹ̀lú tiyín? You had better leave my name off your mouth. Do whatever you want to do with me. Leave my name off your mouth. I have posted it. I'm back to my normal life. This is not me. I was forced to do all those things that I'm doing.
This is not me. I was forced to do all those things I was doing. Now, if Karima was forced, Karima that is not in Nigeria, if she was forced, according to her statement, it's not me that said it, she said it with her own mouth, that she was forced to do all these things she was doing. If Karima was forced, the person that was in the US, now, the people in that house too, will I be right? Comment section, I want to hear your response, yes or no. Will I be right to conclude that they forced the people in that house to not to say anything? If Karima was forced to be doing all this she was doing, apparently she was not doing anything on truth. That means if she was forced to do all these things she's doing and she's in the US, that means the people in that house in Nigeria was forced to keep short, to keep quiet, and not to say anything. Maybe anything, say maybe na oath. We'll be suspecting. That means Adura too was forced not to talk. Am I making sense? Am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
But look, I'm not surprised though. She's saying this right
Hello,
from
good
time.
morning.
Right from time, I knew all these are being arranged.
You guys should mute.
I knew.
You guys should mute. When it's time for panelists to talk, we unmute and we say something. Now, there was a statement she said before that this is not me. I was forced. So anybody that forced Karimo could have forced Adura too. Let's hold on.
Justice for Mohbad lẹ́ ń ṣe yẹn ni. Tẹ́ ń forí èèyàn kan gbéyàn kan. Èmi ò bẹ̀ anybody, mi ò bẹ̀ àbúrò kankan kó rí mi bí ẹ̀gbọ́n. At this point, kí àbúrò dirẹ̀ mú kẹ́gbọ́n náà dirẹ̀ mú. But I will not keep quiet. Baba supporter can drag me. Anybody can drag me. But Wunmi supporter, you want to drag me? Go. Any water. Gbogbo yín tẹ̀ ń ṣe update mo ẹ pọ̀ mi ò lè máa type mo ṣe máa type. Túmọ̀ mi bá nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀ kó gbogbo yín kó tètè ya wọ́n ọ̀nù yín. If you come for me tomorrow, I will come for you again. Say whatever you want to say. Kí ló dé? Mo sọ̀rọ̀, ẹni mi sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa. Mo dẹ̀ ti gbé ilẹ̀ mo ti ń wò yín. Ẹ wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe update, ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ń drag mi. Ẹ ṣe ń drag mi lórí platform iṣẹ́ ìyá wèrè ni.
Okay. Now, it was the dragging that they dragged Wunmi. That they dragged Karimo on their platform. That was what Karimo is responding to. Now, if you remember yesterday, I played why the dragging came about. Karimo came out and said Mohbad infected Wunmi, gave Wunmi infection, and Wunmi has been treating that infection with series of antibiotics. Now, they now went to Wunmi's advisors, now advised Wunmi to do a disclaimer for Karima. So Wunmi now went on her IG post, now did a disclaimer to Karima, and it got Karima upset. That is why those team that Karima mentioned said they have now adopted Wunmi as their sister. And Karima was now in pain that despite all the things I've done for this girl, Wumi, this is how you pay me back. Let's continue and let's listen. We're going to get to where he said a whole lot. Note, she has said she was forced. That this is not her real self. That she was forced to do all this she's doing. Okay, let's go on.
If you come for me tomorrow, I will come for you again. Say whatever you want to say. You know that? Mo sọ̀rọ̀, ẹni mi sọ̀rọ̀ dáadáa. Mo dẹ̀ ti gbẹ̀yìn lẹ̀ mo ti ń wò yín. Ẹ wá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe update, ẹ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá ń drag mi. Ẹ ṣe ń drag mi lórí platform iṣẹ́ ìyá wèrè ni. Kí ló kàn mí pẹ̀lú tiyín? You had better leave my name off your mouth. Do whatever you want to do with me. Leave my name off your mouth. I have posted it and back to my normal life. This is not me. I was forced to do all those things that I'm doing. It is not me. Why are you dragging me? Abefe, why are you dragging me this morning? Why are you dragging me this morning? Why are you
Because your sister is the prime suspect in the demise of Mohbad.
Did you hear that? Did anybody hear that? Ó pọ̀ ńlẹ̀ gan. Ọpẹ́lọpẹ́ àwọn àgbàlagbà tó ń bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ ni. Now, Karima has gone further to tell us that there are some elderly people involved in this case. There are some elderly people involved in this case. Oh, maybe you guys did not hear in the comment section. Yes. Okay, let's go back a bit.
My name off your mouth. I have posted it and back to my normal life. This is not me. I was forced to do all those things that I'm doing. It is not me. Why are you dragging me? Abefe, why are you dragging me this morning? Why are you dragging me this morning? Why are you?
Because your sister is the prime suspect in the demise of Mohbad.
Tó bá jẹ́ ilẹ̀ ṣe disclaimer, ó pè mí. Wùmí, mo lọ sójú ogun fún ẹ. Mo fara gba ọta fún ẹ. Mo wá gbé egbò dé látojú ogun. Ó wá yán mi sí wòwò, ó bá mi mú egbò tí mo gbé wá látojú ogun fún ẹ.
Do you understand that? That's my best line in everything she has spoken. And I really felt for her because she actually, indeed, she's a sister. Karima said that if not for the Agbalagbas that have been talking to her, and she's just keeping quiet, and she went further and said, Mo lọ sí ojú ogun fún ẹ. Okay, let's pause. Please, what do you want to say? Unmute and talk. Adenike, what do you want to say, please?
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. No.
Good morning.
Okay. My name is Adenike.
Please talk fast now.
Okay, yes, I'm going to be fast as I can. I want to talk on that part that the clip you just played right now. I want to talk on that part. There is
Maybe
a
when you're
saying
done.
in
Sorry, hold on. When you're done eating, please, you can come back. Because this is not, I've not opened the panel. Please let me finish my own.
I'm not eating. I just want to quickly talk on that part. There is a saying that said in Yoruba adage that bí rọ́bà lọ fógún ọdún, ọjọ́ kan lòtítọ́ máa bá. Which simply means there is no amount of years you want to lie. One day the truth shall always find its way out. Okay, now she's saying all this. When she have the privilege to say all this, why didn't she say anything then? Just like, why didn't she say anything? Because she think she can lie. You don't understand me. She thinks she can lie to save her sister. Now, I think something happened between them and it's clash. Even the main reason why Wunmi turned against her, we don't know the reason. All this
Okay.
one she's just saying it because she thinks she can save herself. I don't think it are making sense. I don't think somebody is flowing with me.
No, hold on, no. When we are done with this talk, you understand why she was saying that. Thank you. Just hold on. Please, panelists, everybody will talk, please. But right about now, when I'm done with this, I will unmute everybody to talk. Let me just try and finish my own school of thought.
I was forced to do all those things that I'm doing. It is not me. Why are you dragging me? Adefe, why are you dragging me this morning? Why are you dragging me this morning? Why are you
Because your sister is the prime suspect in the demise of Mohbad.
Ọ̀pọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn àgbàlagbà tó ń bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ ni. Tó bá jẹ́ ilé ṣe disclaimer, ó pè mí. Wunmi, mo lọ.
This is what pained Karimo. The disclaimer that Wunmi did for her when she came out that they should ask Baba that Mohbad infected Wunmi. Mohbad gave Wunmi plenty infections. That they should ask Baba. So Wunmi's supporters now said, no, that is way too much. How can you say that to your husband? Blah, 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 blah. They now said Wunmi should dissociate herself from that topic. So that is what brought about this outburst. That mo lọ sí ojú ogun. I went to the war front. This is my best line in this whole thing. I went to the war front because of you. Mo fara gbọ́ta nítorí ẹ. I got bullets because of you. Oh, yeah. Let her talk.
Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn àgbàlagbà tó ń bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ ni. Tó bá jẹ́ ilé ṣe disclaimer, ó pè mí. Wunmi, mo lọ sójú ogun fún ẹ. Mo fara gba ọta fún ẹ. Mo wá gbé egbò dé látojú ogun. Ó wá yán mi sí wòwò, ó bá mi mú egbò tí mo gbé wá látojú.
Mo lọ sójú ogun fún ẹ. Mo fara gbata fún ẹ. Mo wá gbé egbò délé láti ojú ogun. Mo wá yan mi sí o bá mi. Karimo is really in pain. And the meaning of what she said is that I went to the war front for you. I got bullet wounds for you. I got home. You cannot even help me to treat the wound. Instead, you stripped me naked. Sorry, I like that place. Let's go back.
Why are you dragging me this morning? Why are you
Because your sister is the prime suspect in the demise of Mohbad.
Ọ̀pọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn àgbàlagbà tó ń bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ ni. Tó bá jẹ́ ilé ṣe disclaimer, ó pè mí. Wunmi, mo lọ sójú ogun fún ẹ. Mo fara gba ọta fún ẹ. Mo wá gbé egbò dé látojú ogun. Ó wá yán mi sí wòwò, ó bá mi mú egbò tí mo.
Now, in what she has said, she went to the war front for Wunmi. And I can say that
Ẹjọba mi mọ egbò, ẹ wá ń drag mi. Wọ́n sọ fún mi, etí mi ni mo fi gbọ́ láàárọ̀ yìí lórí Temi platform. Aṣàjẹ́ má ṣẹ́gẹ̀ ni mí. That's why I mention your name. Or you guys need to stop. I am back to my normal life. Defend Wunmi. I do not care. Karimo Oda. Ẹ̀rí pé gbogbo yín lọ lápapọ̀. But could we decide? Ẹ̀yin àgbàyà burúkú yìí, ẹ̀yin àgbàyà tẹ́ ìsinmi tó dá tí nǹkan ti ń dà yìí, ẹ̀yin àgbàyà tẹ́ ìfẹ́ kí nǹkan tò àti wọ́n dáwà class tó ṣe fẹ́ sọ̀dọ̀ fún mi. Ṣé nǹkan tí Kùránì ẹ̀ sọ pé ẹ̀ nìyẹn? Is that what your Quran told you? Is that what your cleric taught you? Is that what your cleric taught you as a devoted Muslim? Wọ́n lọ ṣe ọjọ́ tó ṣe update fún mi. Ọlọ́run máa bí gbogbo yín àdàbí tó bá yẹ pé mi kọ́ ni mo kọ́kọ́ wá bá yín tí mo kọ́kọ́ sunkún wá bá yín ẹ wá gún ọ̀ṣọ́ ẹ mọ́jú yìí ọ̀ṣọ́ lọ àdàbí ló máa dàbí gbogbo yín.
Ask your sister or confess.
When you guys
Who by Mohbad?
wá gbọ́rọ̀ mi sẹ́nu láàárọ̀ yìí ẹ ń ṣe ṣó fún mi ẹ ń drag mi you cannot drag.
Yes, somebody should unmute and talk. I'll be back, please.
Anyone? Good morning, everyone.
She said something, and it looks like maybe that was the trap she fell into. She said, Adabi, tí kì í bá ṣe pé mi ni mo sunkún wá bá yín." And if I link that to what she first said initially, that mo lọ sójú ogun fún, no, I am forced to do, this is not me. I am forced to do all that I am doing. So mo wá ń fẹ́ wo méjèèjì pọ̀ yẹn pé báwo náà ṣe link up papọ̀. Ṣé ó possible ni pé ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé incident yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ ni ó sunkún lọ bá wọn pé kán gbà wọn just to help, or how can you help us, cover all this, or how can you help my sister? And then she was forced to do some things. She was forced to do some damage control, make some audio, do some, release a lot of things. Was that what really happened? And now the question is, she was forced to do it. Why was she forced to do it? Who forced her to do it? And how did he force her to do it? And looking at the why, could it be that maybe she has benefited some things, through her sister from Mohbad? And tí ma sọ pé ṣe báyìí náà tí mo ti send nǹkan sí yín, mo ti transfer nǹkan sí yín, mo ti ṣe báyìí náà fún yín rí, ṣe bó owó ẹ̀ náà ni. Could that be nǹkan tí wọ́n lò láti fi trap ẹ̀ to help, cover up for the sister? Mo kàn ń rò ní o. Then ó wá sọ pé, who are the people that forced her? Ibi àgbàlagbà yẹn kò really clear. Is it the àwọn àgbàlagbà tó ń bá mi sọ̀rọ̀? Are they the ones that forced her? Or is it this àgbàlagbà that are talking to her, just to not quit or not, that she should not leave the sister? I'm not too clear about that àgbàlagbà part. So, and how was she forced? Like the host analyzed, she was not in Nigeria. How was she forced? What was the criteria? Nǹkan kan ṣáà máa wà tó máa fi dìyàn lọ́wọ́ mú tó máa jẹ́ pé you can't, you can't just go back. You have to fall into the trap. So I'm wondering, how was she forced? And the thing I see play out here is that the most painful part was, this issue of this infection stuff that she released, and CY did a disclaimer about it. Now, Even if tán bá sọ pé, because we all know that their camp, they come out to put out false narratives just to, distract people, cover up a lot of things. So mo wá ń rò nínú ara mi pé kí ló lè fà á tí ẹ̀gbọ́n ìyàwó tó máa ronú kan pé okay, jẹ́ kí n lọ sọ̀rọ̀ lórí infection, jẹ́ kí n fi yẹn kó bá ọmọ yẹn, kí n sọ pé Mohbad ló ń kó infection sí. Kí ló rò débẹ̀ for her to come out with that content about infection? Now, if there is actually no story of infection, because there must be something related to infection for her to now come out and narrate it and turn it the other way around to see for it to favor her sister. And now, the disclaimer, the disclaimer that CY did, to be sincere, that disclaimer was, she wanted to put it out to the public that she really loved her husband and she wanted to protect, some issues that she doesn't want to come to the public. She wanted people to see her from another picture. That is the way I understand that disclaimer. It's not that she's not in support of what her sister did, but she now came out as a very good sister. Auntie mi ẹ bá má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, ọkọ mi ò ṣe irú, so that people will see, no, ìyàwó gidi ni. That is the way I see it. No, she's a good girl. She she's protecting her husband. She's so that people will now begin to see her as a good lady. Then the question is, nígbà tí kíní yẹn wá dùn Karimo pé mo lọ sójú ogun fún ẹ. That means she helped her to fight the battle, to cover up. She shielded her sister. Now, she now said, mo lọ sójú ogun fún ẹ, mo fara gbọ́ta, mo légbò, mo ṣe kíní kan, mo wá padà wálé. You didn't, do as if I did anything for you. You just, kept me by the side. Oh, take care of me. You didn't even console. You didn't even come back to me and say, thank you, my sister, or something like that. And it really pained Karimo. Now, if CY can do this to her own blood sister that has been coming out to cover up for her, how much more will she not do to the others? And she has used the same strategy on Mama Mohbad indirectly. And I will say it this way. You remember that if CY cannot advise Mama Mohbad that mommy, time tawa critical condition, birthday te fe se yen je ká rọra, ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ ṣàdúrà nílé o, ẹ má lọ síta. But she supported Mama. Mama ẹ lọ ṣe photo shoot. Mama ẹ lọ gbégbá ọpẹ́ ní church. She put Mama out there. So people are seeing Mama as more irresponsible. Pé ìyá tí ọmọ ẹ wà ní morgue, òun ló ń ṣe party, ló ráyè lọ ṣe photo shoot. She pushed Mama to do that thing. And people are now seeing Mama. Wọ́n tún wá, sọ̀rọ̀ sí Mama ẹ pé irú ìyá wo lélẹ̀. Let's assume that Mama cannot think on her own, but she pushed her to do those things. Now, ẹ wá wo nǹkan tí CY ṣe lọ́jọ́ birthday tiẹ̀. Ṣé rí pé kò ṣe birthday? Ó wá change narrative yẹn. Bó ṣe yí ẹ̀yìn padà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀. The same thing ló ṣe fún ìyá Mohbad yẹn. Instead of her to say, my birthday kìíní kan, kò ṣe anything, she now changed the narrative and wrote stories out. I would have, today is the only time I miss my husband out of several years. Yeah, otherwise, it's the first one to give. I miss you so much. Oh, what changes? So that people now, ìyàwó ẹ̀ máa ní ìrònú o, ṣùgbọ́n ìyá ọkọ ẹ̀ ò ní ìrònú. Into play out nìyẹn. Ṣé mo pé tó ń bá sọ pé èèyàn ti mọ́tò wá yọ ṣọ́ọ̀kì lẹ́sẹ̀? That is her strategy. That is what she has been using. Into ṣe fún ìyá Mohbad ni. The same thing ló ṣe fún sister ẹ̀. Ó tì sí free, ó wá yọ shock lẹ́sẹ̀. Now, maybe I should just stop for now and let others talk, then I'll come back later. I still have other things to say, so I'll just give other people the opportunity to speak. Thank you. Jettas, do you want to contribute to this? Or Mommy or Yolong, whoever is... Available.
Thank you. Good morning. The way I see things, let me just speak and whatever thing,
Network in strong. Your network is.
hello.
Network in break. Your network. Your network is not too.
Network. I know.
Ó ti better díẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó ti better mà.
Ẹ jẹ́ n sáré sọ ohun tí mo sọ. Ti rí wọn àti Wùnmí ní pẹ̀lú gbogbo ara tó ṣe yẹn. Blood is thicker than water. Ó lè tún dọ̀là kan tó parí kan. Kàrímọ́ ti mọ̀ pé òun ti wà jùlọ pẹ̀lú
Network yẹn ọ̀gá rárá àgbọ̀yìn.
Ìwà ni pé kí ló pa Mohbad? Kí ló ní kó fún? Kí ló prescribe fún wọn? Ta ló mọ? Ogun Mohbad jà. Àwọn nǹkan tá a fi kọ́ ẹ̀sẹ̀ ní fún wa nìyẹn. Àwọn Wùnmí tí Mohbad bú ẹ wọn yẹn jẹ wọn anything. Give a damn. Ṣé tó kàn wá pẹ̀lú gbogbo yẹn? And mo dẹ̀ wíṣì wípé ọmọ Mohbad yìí à ń sọ ọ́ di ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà. Ẹ má ní mo yà bàrà máa wọlé nsìn. Ká má sọ ọ́ di ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà. Because yesterday I was a bit angry. I'm sorrow pastors, I'm sorrow because the whole thing as a whole Nigeria pastors do like that. Look, about why you know
note that the video that Karimo did, the response back to Wunmi, I'm not actually surprised. Right from the onset, I knew. After watching the video that came out the other time, where Wunmi was putting on the pink hat, the pink cap, and saying some certain things to Mama Mohbad, from there I came to know that everything was being planned right from time. In fact, that video was an eye-opener to me personally, to know the kind of person that Wunmi really is. She's very dubious, as in. So when Karimo is saying all these things, I'm not surprised. Just that those people that are standing for justice for Mohbad, majority of them have come to understand that all these things has been planned and staged. And as time goes on, that is, we going back to their voice note or video that they have done, and the one they are still going to do, they are going to see a lot of truth there. So coming across this voice note again, we are seeing some truth from there. So I'm not really surprised.
Thank you so much for your submission. Thank you. Mr. Andy, do you want to speak now? Mr. Andy, are you available? Mr. Andy.
Regretted supporting her sister, and then in the end she actually said she was forced to do it, and all the probably all the attacks she's been receiving. She didn't get any support from her sister, so she was kind of regretting in a way. And then so that's what we're talking about. So if you
Was this
if you have anything to say about that,
was that recently she said that?
I think that was her last video before she backed out. Remember, she hasn't been doing any video lately, so she did say she wasn't gonna interfere anymore, like support her sister anymore. Based on the lashes, like the attack she received from her sister's team, and she thought she was actually supporting, but she was a bit disappointed that not even the opponents were attacking her, but actually sister supporter. So she was really disappointed.
Well, okay, look, this is what I'm going to say about that. I think it's obvious, and it's been obvious from the beginning, that people that support this woman or this individual who calls herself a wife are either paid or they it's orchestrated, that there's a narrative that they have to push. I think that's been obvious. I expected her sister to defend her because that's what family does. Even if a family member commits a crime, I don't think anybody would want to see their loved ones being sent to prison. So I expected her to do that. I also will go as far as to say maybe she was paid to say some of those things that she was saying. And I believe if she wanted to continue to go to Nigeria when she's not in the United States, she probably felt as though she had no choice but to do what she was doing, because there is a powerful force within the Nigerian system that is behind this. So there was no other way of her there was no other way other than trying to just support her sister. Okay, that's obvious. I just think that even by her coming out and saying that she's been forced to do this, it's not really helpful. Who is forcing you? It's not just your sister. Tell us everything. You can't tell us half stories and expect people that have been for justice like you, MLH, and York Daddy and myself and Andy and others that are here to now just say, oh, thank you for saying what we've been seeing since the beginning. That's not enough at this stage. Who's forcing you? Who's behind this? What truly happened? That's what Baba Mohbad is trying to figure out. Once you actually help us, then I think we'll be able to support you in some way. Anyway, I just think with what's happening now, obviously we won't mention names, I think there is a level of trying to kill the case. And in some ways, I think it has worked, and in some ways it hasn't. I'm really hoping that people from abroad, like what York Daddy is doing, continue to have these lives so we can continue to analyze and speak before the Corona inquest. I hope people that are faceless and nameless will go to the next Corona inquest just to give us a detailed information as to what is happening, because I think that the familiar faces that we are used to, who normally depend on to tell us what is happening, have been captured to prevent us from knowing what's happening. So it's a shame, but I think we're dealing with a really, really awful, I'm not going to say awful system, but awful individuals within the system, especially the Lagos state. And it's quite sad that, to watch from where I'm sitting anyway. But then we have to also think of this. Look, what's happened to the people that normally have these lives and that we depend on for information? In some ways, I feel as though, as unfair as it is, it's fair to the person's reputation behind it. I hope where I'm going is okay, MLH. I won't mention names. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Okay, I won't mention names, but I think that the best way to think of it is this. If you are a person of a certain caliber or a certain status within a system, or you hold a certain position in a society, like Ikurudu or the Yoruba land or whatever it is, and your name is being, as people would say, dragged around from here to there, and you feel as though if you say something, it will lead to something else. The best way to deal with that, I think, as many people know in the West, especially in terms of PR, is to silence the people that are causing the fueling. And I think that's what's happening here. I don't think there'll be any harm, but I think that it's a tool that's used in many systems over centuries. So we shouldn't really be all up in arms as to what's happening to those people that normally have lives. I think that, look, if anybody says that they've never seen this abuse of power in the West, they are lying. I think this is a medieval way of basically telling people to shut the hell up. You're a citizen and you must do as we say because we're on top of the food chain. I hope I'm not speaking in riddles, but yeah, I hope that we don't panic and we just follow the system. As terrible as that sounds, I think that's the only option we've got left here. We can't depend on someone like Karimo. We can't depend on the deceased wife because clearly she's involved in one way or another. I'm going to stop there because I think that I might confuse people in what I'm trying to say. But anyway, that's my thought this morning. And yeah, I'm going to mute.
Thank you, Vegetable Island, for the wonderful submission. I quite get you, but this is what happens when you're trying to avoid mentioning names. So I quite understand this. So thank you for that. Yeah, I'm going to take you
Very difficult to try and say what you want to say.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's a bit of a tricky word.
because you end up thinking, am I making any sense?
I know,
Or does this sound
right?
like mumbo jumbo?
I know, right? Okay, so I'm gonna take you back a bit. In terms of Karima, you did mention maybe she was paid, but I don't think so because she mentioned herself that she was the one that went to Wumi's supporter first. Asking for their help to support her sister. It's only right for her to, support her sister because that's actually expected, whether she knows the truth or not. So she's meant to support her sister. But in terms of her being paid, I don't think so. I don't, because she mentioned she actually ran to these people for help in the first place.
MLH, if you look at the circumstances that Mobad died, I feel as though the whole thing was orchestrated and she was benefiting one way or another. It might not have been a direct payment as to you go out there and you kind of change the narrative and make people look this way instead of this way. But I think that in Mobad dying, I think she benefited one way or another financially. I truly believe that. And I think that's the only reason why she put herself in the forefront to try and fight for her sister, because she was going to benefit from whatever it is, whether it was Wumi moving money across from one place to another, or whether it was her trying to help her sister come to the United States thereafter, or whatever it is. I can't help but feel as though she must have been benefiting from his death financially. Do you know why I say that? Because the time frame that she moved from the States to Nigeria after Mobad died just didn't make sense to me. She was there immediately. And we all know, look, I'm trying to book a holiday to Africa with my family, even me alone. And it's so expensive. I'm not going to be able to book a flight that quickly like she was able to. Do you see what I mean? So it was almost like she knew it was going to happen.
How come she was present at that point in time?
She was there at the
Yeah.
candlelight or whatever it was. She said that she she called on the morning of, which means that all along before Mohbad died, she was in touch with her sister. We don't know what kind of conversations that they were having, but she kind of gave us a clue, especially when she once mentioned that she told Wunmi that if you want to move to Canada, you know you're going to have to do a DNA and this and that and blah, blah, blah. All of those sort of conversations that she was telling us, there was some information that was in between there that told me that they had a plan. Okay, they had a plan all along that if anything happens, okay, not necessarily that if, they directly do something to the deceased, but if anything happens to this person, you are financially going to have to do this, you can move that, you can move this. They already knew it was going to happen. They knew it was going to happen because you can hear it from the conversations. So what I was trying to say was, let's be honest, regardless of whether maybe she wasn't told to go out there and say all these things, maybe she regrets it now, but she did benefit financially one way or another. I just can't tell you how, but I have a feeling that she did. Anyway, go ahead, MNH. Sorry I cut you off.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you for that. For that insight. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I agree with you, but the problem here is no one is there. Nobody knows the truth, and that's what we're looking to find out. So yeah, hopefully we get to the the bottom of this, and then whosoever has been lying would be be exposed. So yeah, thank you for that great submission, Vegetable Island. Olu, let's have your submission before we move on.
Hello, good afternoon, good morning. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, somebody's asking if Westo was arrested. No. But then, from what I understand, Westo, how do I put this? I don't want to say he's wanted. He's not wanted, but anyway, okay. Westo hasn't been arrested. Let's just put it that way. He hasn't been arrested. Okay, so yeah. Okay, carry on, Olu. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're listening from. Thank you for bringing me up, and because I'm usually at this comment section, so I just want to add one about concerning Karimo. Honestly speaking, I don't really have any much to say about that because I'm not surprised, and nobody should be surprised about what she said, because the truth is, Karimo knew very well. She's well aware of what happened. She knows the truth. But family, she just want to do like for in the family that she's not being loved, she has been segregated, etc. So I believe she wanted to do something just to prove that she loved her sister and she should be accepted by all in the family. So I believe that's what she tried to do. But it didn't play out well because she did it badly, thinking she was doing good things. She was actually nailing her sister. So that is that concerning Karimo. So the little thing I would just like to say, firstly I'd like to greet everyone, Vegetable, MHL Online, and other panelists. And York Daddy, thank you for the great job. Thank you for keeping the flame alive. Because if not for people like York Daddy and others, this justice for Mohbad, exactly what they are looking for is to let everything die down and to shut people up. And the more we talk about this, the more headache they'll be having concerning the justice for Mohbad. So we should be talking. That is why I appreciate everyone that refused to back up, especially York Daddy. So can you hear me? Okay, thank you. So my advice, I just want to talk about two things. Firstly, looking at the situation of things presently, Arifa being arrested, Westo Westo being, allegedly they are trailing Westo, looking for him, but it's not being wanted. It's not being declared wanted. And Veron being arrested. So all those things shows that they want to silence all the hosts that used to be present at the coroner inquest and all of the court, in the court especially. So these are the people that used to go there. They are on ground, giving us the necessary information. So if we don't have them anymore, they believe we wouldn't have the necessary information to keep fighting for the justice. So, and the Yorubas used to say one thing. They would say, "Moja mosa onlafi moaki konju logun." Ake konju to ba moja to ba mosa, iro man pogun loni. But we have to do everything diplomatically. So I will advise York Daddy and all the other hosts still fighting for justice to do things diplomatically, so that we can keep this flame alive. And also, we should be very, very careful the kind of hosts we listen to. There are lots of, some people when I go onto a platform and listen to them, like, wow, what are they talking about? People like to bash. Yeah, this one is saying lies. Westo was not. Arifa, are you sure he was really arrested? No, Veron, we don't believe you. He was arrested. Not the stuff. Insults, bashing, and fighting all the time. We don't need that. We need to be solidified. We need to come together, work together, so that we can get justice. At this time around, we don't need to be bashing each other, looking for fracas, turning this to fracas. We don't need it. I came on a TikTok because of Justice for Mohbad. I'm not a social media person, so but I like it. I like justice, even though many like me, we are not in Nigeria, but Nigeria is still our home. So, and like Vegetable said, someone said recently, someone that spoke now said, injustice is everywhere in the world. That is the truth. That is true. There is injustice everywhere in the world, but the one in Nigeria is too rampant, and we need to, make things right. To try our best to make things right in that country. Nigeria is not the problem. Nigerians are the problem. So if we don't change our mindset, because when you look at this Justice for Mohbad, the whole issue is being blocked because of sentiment. You will say some people actually know the truth, but they will still be telling you, forget about it. The person that have died is dead. The guy is dead already. Just forget about it. That is sentiment. So until when it happens to you, I will say, see you, what they did to me is bad. What this is bad, this is bad. No, don't wait until it happens to you. Whenever it happens, condemn it and seek for justice. Don't wait. You see, use other people's experience to correct yourself. Don't wait for your experience, because if you wait for yourself to experience something, that might consume you, and you may not have a second chance. So whenever anything happens, try to learn from it, and let us seek for justice the right way. Let us put sentiment aside. It's really affecting our society. Some people will say, why are you people concerned about other families' problem? It is not your family. Wow. So when it happens to your own family, so we should keep short as well. So we should try to put sentiment aside in everything. So we should be very, very careful with people, because I will be honest with you, there are lots of people going to different platforms. Some hosts that are actually they are anti-justice. They are just there to collect information so that they will know what to do to block what we are doing, to block the justice. So we should be very, very careful the kind of information we put online, the kind of people we listen to, and whenever they come up with any kind of narrative, we should be very, very careful, with it. So that is number one. Number two, as it is right now, we should try. The only way I think we can help justice, because if you notice that since the New Sun came on board, that is when all these arrests, running up and down started, because they know the capacity of the New Sun. So the only way you see people going around say, that GoFundMe is a GoFundMe. They want to block it, because if there is no money to pay the judge, what will happen? It will withdraw. And without the SAN, it's finished. There is no justice, I can be honest with you. Because we can talk as much as we want on the social media, that is not going to bring justice. What will bring justice is to put our weight behind the legal team and make sure they fight for this. They are the only one that can bring this justice to us. So we should put our weight behind the GoFundMe so that we can have the money to pay the SAN. And yes, the GoFundMe, yes to GoFundMe, yes to accountability. So we should also be able to ask how the money is being spent. So, but we should support the GoFundMe and support the legal team. That is the only way we can get justice. No any other way. So the fear of Wahab Shitu is the beginning of wisdom. That's what they are doing right now. So they pay people to go around and say, go fraud me. They try to block it, but they're not successful. So you see, when the GoFundMe came up, they tried everything. So we should put our weight behind it, support the GoFundMe, so that we can have the money to pay the SAN. If there is no money to pay the SAN, to do the necessary things, the justice is dead. So we are dealing with people that are more richer. It's because the buyer is not rich. So they can't try this with someone who is rich. So please, I won't say more than that. Let everyone, let's put our weight. No amount is small. $1, it go a long way. See, so let's put our weight behind the GoFundMe. Yes, we should see for accountability later and know how the money is being spent, and we should do everything. Anybody that has any information, pass it to the legal team. Let them see if they can use it, if it can help this justice for Mohbad. Instead of bringing it up, because among us there are lots of hosts that are working that they are anti-justice. So we should be aware of that, please. So let me stop here for now. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk.
I just want to add on to what you've just said, Oloma. I just want to say something. Sometimes I also think that it's common sense, right? So if I come on this live, York Daddy has opened this live, MLH is a moderator, great. Do I have to agree with everything York Daddy says? No. Do I have to listen to everything MLH say? No. But what we can do is be respectful and have a healthy debate.
Yes.
Which is what you're saying, right? But I think that some of us go on these lives, we absorb everything that the host says and the moderator says, and we feel as though we have to follow along what they say, like sheep. And yeah, you've got to have a mindset where you can be flexible and think, you know what, I don't quite agree with you. A bit like me and MLH just now, where she doesn't agree that Karima might have received some funds, but I think so. But it's in a respectful manner, So when it comes to the GoFundMe, some people are so good at manipulating you into thinking that you actually start thinking, what if it is a fraud? Is to kind of put that sort of little mindset in your head and doubt whether it's real, it's fake. There is so much in this justice. I think there's been times where many of us have felt as though, is this really true? Is this not true? Is it really true? And then you have to take a step back and think logically and trust your own conscience, because you can't just believe somebody who's telling you that this is fraud. You can't just say, oh, well, they've said it's fraud, so it must be. Okay, well, these people are saying this is the truth, so it must be true. You have to use your own intuition as well. And I think that within this justice, what I have found even for myself is that I'm going to follow what I believe. And I might not share it with you on here, but I'm going to do what I think is best for this justice overall. And Oloma is right. I think, if you truly want any change in any capacity, anywhere on planet Earth, you have to take a leap of faith, and you have to just believe. And also you have to invest in change. So part of investing in change is to fund things like a GoFundMe in order to see that change. Because if you don't, what you're going to have is a ripple effect of the same thing repeating itself over and over again. So
Absolutely.
so what I'm trying to say overall is, even if you have a doubt whether this GoFundMe is not real, just have hope that it could be real, so that you might see change, is what I'm basically trying to say. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but just have hope that, you know what, it might not be real, but I'm going to do this because I might want to see change. Change might come out of it. Hopefully, be hopeful. That's all I'm going to say about that, in case anyone's put any doubts in your mind. Okay, anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. But thank you for that, Numa.
So
I agree.
let me just support what you just said. It's not only the hosts. There are some panelists as well. Let me give you a very good example rapidly. I wouldn't mention names. There is a host who has vast contact. And one of the panelists, simply because he wants to get, to Baba, to get some information, it will actually anti-justice. So he went to the host, did a kind of what's it called, giveaway, or is it giveaway or giveaway? Help people, give money. So with that, any host that happens, if it happens on your platform, you would want to appreciate the person. So he appreciated the person, ask the people that benefited from the gifts, to thank the person, which they did. But eventually, he started coming on that person's platform, and it got the best contacts. And later now, he now showed that he is anti-justice. You can see how people can manipulate. So yes, I agree. Like someone commented that it's not only the host. Absolutely, not only the host. Yes, giveaway. Thank you. So they can use any means just to get what they want. So we should be very, very careful. Everyone should be careful. The panelists, the hosts, we should all be very, very careful. So not someone like myself, because I don't usually. This is the first time I'll be coming on that Jocks platform. So I used to be at the comment section, but this is the first time I'll be speaking. So we should be, please, very, very careful. That's my let me stop for now.
Thank you very much, MLH. Thank you, Olaide.
Yes, boss.
How are you, my brother?
I did gallant. How you did?
What did you do yesterday now?
Yesterday I slept up. I was like, I woke up.
Let me first of all, hold on. Let me first of all appreciate the people that have contributed about this Karimo what's it called? A hard buzz that we've been listening to a couple of minutes ago. MLH, don't ask which host is that. Leave that matter, make it rest.
Okay,
I understand what Oluomo is trying to say. We all saw it, but we'll leave matter, make matter rest. Yeah. So I appreciate everyone's contribution, and from what Karimo is saying, there's a whole lot that's been going, back and forth, outside this black app, and she has said it. And that line she said that's the line that got me, that got me off my feet. Mo lọ sí ojú ogun nítorí ẹ̀. Mo fi ara gbọ́ta nítorí ẹ̀. Mo wá dé láti ojú ogun. Ó wá lè faṣọ bò mí. Let's continue. Let me play. Oh yeah, Olaide, let's have you.
Yeah. The last part of what she said, and also iOS was buttressing on that when she said, like, okay, you went to them, and it clearly shows that these people are doing this job for a reason. They're coming on TikTok or to analyze or to lie and defend Wunmi, and you begin to wonder. The other day when I saw a recording or a voice or a video played by someone about the Darusha stuff, and this guy actually want to make it about Wumi. No, Daosha and Wumi, they are two different things. We want to nail one of them on two different things, not just one thing. Daosha simply because he did the embalming thing, and you came up and you're making it look like nobody ever said it was Wumi that embalmed.
Olaide, you're on mute.
Olaide, what is happening? Maybe he's got a call. Well, let's go on.
Can I just say something to what Olaide was saying? You know, I think it's pretty obvious that these people are being paid, because, you know, if you think back to Liam's birthday, which looked lovely, by the way, the people that defend Wumi were in that house celebrating Liam's birthday. And to me, I thought... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Olaide.
Yeah. Sorry, I had a call. Can you hear me? Am I audible, please? Am I audible?
We can